Hey guys, welcome back to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast, season 3, episode 28. Actually, this is a pre-recorded podcast this week. We're actually recording this podcast before episode 27, and if you listen to episode 27, you will know that actually I'm on holidays for the next 2 weeks. So the next 2 podcasts are pre-recorded, but they're going to be exciting nonetheless. They just won't be as zeitgeisty as all of my podcasts usually are in terms of being up to the latest gear, music technology-wise. Although, I have to say, and when I say latest, I mean up to the minute. This thing that we're talking about today is, it's the Prophecy version 1.5. We only spoke about it a couple of weeks ago now when you're listening to this, that it actually dropped. And the Prophecy by Korg, which is a part of the Korg Collection, has now, been out for at least a year, but they just recently updated it to version 1.5, and they've added a bunch of patches, and I thought it'll be a fun podcast to just sort of play with it today and listen to the sounds and just hang out. Yes, it's a little bit of a different podcast, but we can just hang out, listen to the sounds, and do what we do best. I've got a Bluetooth controller today, which is going to be off the camera, but if you want, I can put it in the camera like this and make it all, there's the Prophecy there. So we're going to actually speak about these patches. That's actually that's the first patch actually in this new version 1.5. But before we get into those sounds, if you want to support the podcast, you can. And of course, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time with the more zeitgeisty, up-to-speed podcast, which will be back in its true form. But you can support link down below. As always, you can shout me a coffee. That would be absolutely freaking amazing. No affiliate link. There's no kickback with Korg. I'm just a Korg fanboy, and I thought it'd be fun for me to talk about Korg today, and especially this Prophecy. So what is it? It's part of the Korg Collection. The Prophecy is a legendary physical modeling synthesizer developed with the aim of offering freedom of expression beyond analog synthesizers and unprecedented sound creation possibilities, which have evolved even further in its expressive capabilities in version 1.5. So the quirks of the hardware Prophecy can now be expressed even more precisely thanks to the deeper creative input from the brilliant minds in the original Prophecy development team. And version 1.5 also adds 180 new programs, which we're not going to be able to go over all of them today, but we'll go over a few. And if we find some we like, we'll just start jamming out, basically. Now, this unique sound collection brings out the individuality of the Prophecy, ranging from the fresh software-only sounds to those that pay homage to the original Prophecy and pushes monophonic sound design to all new levels. So please enjoy the new programs created with the participation, get this, of the original Prophecy sound designers. That's right. Can you actually just think about that for a second? I know we spoke about this. It's going to be a couple of podcasts ago now, but for me, it's only last week because I'm doing this podcast in the past. It's kind of confusing. Anyway, it's weird. I'm doing this podcast before episode 27, but whatever. So the original team that developed the Prophecy hardware actually got behind the decks, not behind the decks, but they got on the computers and somehow helped with the coding and the development of this software. I just think that's so cool. So anyway, there's a bunch of new patches. As I said, 180. We're not going to get to look at them all, but let's pull up Ableton Live here. And here we go. There it is there in its form. Now, is it vector-based GUI? I can't remember. I don't think it actually is. Although you can go, I think you can go into your settings somewhere. Don't know where. Mind the old email sounds in the background. Very professional podcast today, of course. Let's keep it chill. We'll keep it chilled here today. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbing on because you're probably listening to this podcast not to hear about me and my adventures and my stories. You want to hear the Prophecy. You want to hear it in all its glory. So let's just go through some patches. Let's just have some fun. So I've got 2 keyboards set up here. This is the first patch here we're looking at as part of the brand new version 1.5. It's called Fourth. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need glasses for this. The font is so small. Let's see. Fourth Ethno Reader. Okay, there you go. I hope I'm saying that right. Probably butchering it. Now it's got a lovely delay on the back of it. Let me just pull up my Bluetooth one here as well. great delay. And some of these presets have a really good, like the modulation that they've put on the presets is good. This one, I don't think it has much going on in the way of modulation. Let me just check it out. So pull up modulation wheel. Nah, there's nothing really programmed on that. But you can play with this XY thing here to get some sort of... And that was one of the quirks of the Prophecy, is this wheel here on the hardware version. You can really mess with the sound. All right, let's keep going through airdrops. Here we go. What's this? That's nice as. That's pretty cool. Now, obviously, if I select version 1.5 and searching through the presets here, we can go via category. So let's go via category because obviously, as I say, we're not going to get through all 180 presets here. But let's just go. Let's look at hard synth lead, for example. Then it refines the search down here. And let's just pick one at random here. Magnotic. I hope I'm reading that right. Meganomic. There we go. So this is a hard synth lead here. Heaps of delay on that. Let's try a different one. There we go. That's better. That's more sound like a hard synth lead. Mega 80s sounding. Sync lead. Yeah, classic Korg sync lead. How authentic does it sound though to the original? Like if you're an old school Prophecy user or you love the Korg sounds, you know you're going to get the sounds that you're after with this especially with this update. As I said, I fixed some of the nuances, some of the sounds, got them really good. Now notice this isn't your normal sound demo. Because it's a podcast, I'm talking quite a bit here, and if you're watching on YouTube, I'm probably irritating the absolute hell out of you, but I don't care. This is a Korg Prophecy podcast overview version, okay? We're not doing a cut down YouTube little fiddly thing. You go somewhere else if you want that, okay? This is for my podcasters only, okay? Here we go. Whoa, how good's that? Long tall lead. Just gonna turn the unprofessional male going on in the background off. Here we go. Love that lead. Absolutely love it. What else we got? What's this one? Mammoth 2022. So I'm guessing these are brand new presets that weren't on the original Prophecy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, with a name like Mammoth 2022, I doubt this was on the original hardware. Nice. Profess brass. Ooh, ThinkPad. For some reason, the MPE controller has a lot more. Easier to get a little bit more velocity on these keys. All right, let's look at percussive. So this is gonna be our drums. Oh, I love the percussive on the Prophecy. I've forgotten how good it is. And I think the Triton Extreme software, Triton Extreme plugin version has some incredible drum kits from memory. How's that percussive? Here we go. Auto beat 8000. That's sick. Whoa. Whoa, that's really creepy, that one, actually. Ooh, you'd have nightmares about this. Whoa. Whoa. I just picture, like, I don't know if any of you guys have been watching that Stranger Things season 4, but the little spiders coming out of the clock. That's what I hear with that. That's so scary. I wonder what happens when we do the morph wheel on this. Ooh. Trippy combined mixing. That's nice. All right, one more of these percussive. They're pretty interesting. What's this? Oh, it's a sequence. Little synth drum arpeggiator. Okay. What about motion? This is what the Prophecy is renowned for, is motion. Combination of sounds and motion. I mean, this is what Korg does best, right? And then probably if you play with the mod wheels, you're gonna get some, yeah, absolutely insane sort of sounds, filters and LFOs and, oh man, I'll stop talking. Sorry, here we go. Ready? I'll play it one more time. Oh, I love that filter so much. All right, let's keep going. Interesting. What? Oh my gosh. Like if you wanted a synth to just explore, like this has got you covered. Like check this out. This is crazy. We'll play with the mod. Oh, that's crazy. It almost sounds like spatial audio. That's nuts. Are we just picking him at random here? That was called Engage, that last one. Mr. LFO. Move. I don't like that one. Pulsator. That's sick. Let's go lower. I'll go lower. Wow. That's really nice too. That is nice. Pulsator. Fake. Table. So these have all got motion. Actually, we go up higher. They're monophonic though. I can't play chords. What's classic? Galactic big top. So nice. I reckon the last one we look at here, and obviously, as I said, there's heaps here to look at. Last one here let's look at today is the arpeggiators. Love the arpeggiators, and Korg is no stranger to arpeggiators. Let's check out what we've got here. Whoa. Whoa, that's cool. Let's see what else we got. Nice arpeggiators. That's cool. Little tribal drumming. Coffee burp. I mean, if you've lasted this long in this podcast today with me, then good on you. I mean, obviously, we want to hear these Korg Prophecy sounds, though. That's sick. I really, really like that. My gosh, I could almost play with all of these. How good's that? My terrible playing skills there for you all. Oh, I love this. It's got little vocal chops or something in it. North Star Split. Awesome. It goes through 3 octaves. That's sick. Whoa, okay. So as you can see, I'm having a lot of fun. I'm not talking that much in these last little bits of demo here, but I just wanted you guys to hear, I guess some of these new patches in this version 1.5 of the update for Korg Prophecy. If you don't have the Korg Collection, go check it out. It's pretty cool. Like, you get a bunch of really excellent hardware emulated Korg synthesizers. And of course, if you love that Korg sound, you basically get it. And you get it in such a great, such an authentic emulation, in my opinion, of these classic Korg hardware synthesizers. Anyway, I'm sure that's why you're here listening today. Unless you're one of my regular listeners and you just want to check out what I was doing, I just want to keep the podcast going, obviously, still when I'm away. I hope this podcast's been interesting. I know it's completely different to what we do on a week-to-week basis. Next week, I'll have another surprise for you. And I say surprise because I don't even know what it is just yet. But episode 29 will also be a pre-record, just like this podcast podcast was today, but we'll look at something really cool and really interesting. So definitely come back next week. And then the week after that, we'll be back into the regular Emlyn in the Mix groove. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. A little bit of a different one for you, but thank you so much for joining me. All right, guys. Peace out. Boom.